Alright, boom. You ready to do the tour?
Yeah.
We're gonna get to do the tour of the stadium today. Ready, boom?
Yeah.
Which one are you most excited to see?
The field.
The field? I hope we get the stone on the field. We should be able to. Oh, there's Mickey Mouse. All-Star Mickey Mouse and regular Mickey Mouse.
Again, here's second base.
So it's only the players that started on opening night.
Right. So, I mean, Howie Kendrick was a good player.
Yeah.
Johnny Viticello was only here for 2 seasons, and then he was gone. Danny Espinosa didn't work out. Tommy LaStella, we broke his leg his first year. David Fletcher, people love David Fletcher. He's back in the minor leagues. But we've had, you know, Jerry Remy. Bobby Gritch was a really good second baseman. Bobby Gritch. Yeah, Bobby Knopp, that goes back into the 60s. He was here a long time. So yeah, interesting names on here. And then shortstop, Jim Fregosi. We got Dick Schofield. We got some names out there. to the media level. So the public's not allowed in here except for radio, TV, and tours. Okay, so this is the media level. Again, this is just radio and TV only. Public can't come up here. That's our old press conference room. It's really not used too much anymore. Sometimes TV does some stuff in there. It also gets rented out for training for other outside agencies like UCI Medical Center. But down the hallway, you've got the visiting team's TV booths. You can see the last team here was the Pittsburgh Pirates. They left last weekend. I did not. No. I only do it if something's closed, and then I use that.
All right, because you said you were in the trophy case. I was coming here.
No, come on. You know, Craig, he's just, you know.
All right.
No, I'm watching for you. I'm not going to bump into you.
I'm gonna head down after this.
Okay.
I'll come back.
Okay. Okay, so again, the visiting team TV booth, next to this is going to be the Angel TV booth, and then there's the official scorekeeper, and then on the other side are the radio booths. Starting with the Angel booth, that's Mark Langston and Terry Smith. The ballpark used to be an open ballpark, right? Open ballpark means no bleachers, no Honda Center, no freeway. Anaheim in the mid-'60s looked completely different. This was a different stadium. So, and then when the Rams moved to town in 1980, they enclosed the stadium. They added a bunch of seats. So we went from 43,000 to 65,000, and it was enclosed, so you had no view out of the stadium. All you saw was seats. Rams moved out of town in 94. Disney buys the team in 96. Baseball only. They opened everything back up. New seats, different paint job, bleacher seats, big scoreboard. So it's all from Disney. Okay. So in the middle of, in the center field area, you've got some shrubs out there, and that green patch up there looks like grass. That's an official, there's an official name for that area. Every ballpark has something beyond center field like that that's either black, dark color like a dark green, or something like what we've got. Anybody know what that's called?
The burn?
Nope. Batter's eye.
Oh, okay.
Batter's eye or the batter's eye. Why is that? Your pitching mound is 60 feet and 6 inches from home plate. When a pitcher releases a ball, it's called a release point. He's either coming over the top, he's coming somewhere over here, sidearm, 3/4. Some guys throw down here, most don't. So that background is meant to be behind the release point so that you can pick the ball up better. Because from 60 feet and 6 inches, this is not 1953, this is 2023. Some of these guys throw 100 miles an hour. That ball jumps up there quick. So the hitter has got to see the ball as soon as possible to know if he's going to hit or swing, take, or get out of the way. Some guys get plunked, some guys get hurt. And it's not always pretty. It's part of the game. It's like a pitcher sometimes the ball gets hit up the middle and they take it off the leg and it breaks their leg. It can happen. You're dealing with basically a rock and it's coming at you at 100 miles an hour. So that's, you want to pick up the ball as soon as possible. So you've got to have a batter's eye. When Disney rebuilt the park, they put the rock area in there. That area during a game, if you've been here, there's a waterfall that comes down. There's a camera guy that's out there. You can see the green rooftop over there. And then after the national anthem, Angel home runs, and Angel victories, they shoot off more fireworks out there. The grounds crew, they keep all their equipment underneath the rock area. There's some sliding doors on the end there by the ivy. The Angel bullpen is out in left field along with the visiting bullpen. You can see the cutout on the fence. But in the old days when it was first built, that tunnel was the Angel bullpen. That tunnel was the visiting bullpen. And then now it's all changed. Under the right field scoreboard, that right field scoreboard is the 3rd largest or 4th largest in all of baseball. And we have some retired numbers that are under there. Number 11. Number 11 is a guy named Jim Fregosi. Jim Fregosi was our original shortstop, came to us in 1961, played here until the end of 1971, and then he got traded for another guy that's up there. But Jim Fregosi played until 1978. He retired partway through the season, and the Angels hired him as their manager. They fired their manager, and they hired Jim Fregosi. The next year, 1979, we won our first division title, and Jim Fregosi was our manager. Number 29 is a guy named Rod Carew. Rod Carew is in the Hall of Fame.
Wow, look at this.
Okay, so if you're a sports owner of a sports team, football, basketball, baseball, you're gonna, as an owner, you normally are going to have a suite in the arena or the stadium you play in. So Mr. Autry, as the owner of the Angels, when they built this stadium, this was his suite. And that means he entertained friends, family, and whoever he invited to come into the suite, because this is not open to the general public, okay? And Gene Autry, again, movies, TV, radio, he was well known in Hollywood. He has matter of fact, he has 5 stars on the Walk of Fame, if you ever go on the Walk of Fame. And he made his name in the late 40s and early 50s. That's when he was famous for what he did. Obviously, he doesn't hold water to today's actors and the special effects, but this was in a different era. So when Gene retired from movies and stuff, he decided he wanted to take his living or become an owner with radio and TV with baseball. Okay, so this is kind of a sitting area for the guests. And then out here is a viewing area to watch the game, but it's the same view that we already had in the next door in the TV booth. But there's pictures on the wall in here of ball players, politicians, and entertainers. Because Gene Autry came, he knew a bunch of people in all those fields. He knew presidents. He was friends with President Eisenhower, President Ford, President Nixon. He met John Kennedy one time. In fact, there's 2 pictures up here that are interesting. On the top, there's a picture of Gene Autry in spring training in Palm Springs where they used to play. And that's Dwight Eisenhower next to him. That's either in 61 or 62. Underneath that is a picture from 1963, August of 1963. The president at that time, John Kennedy, invited Gene and a bunch of owners, but she's still around.
When did they move from Palm Springs during the spring training?
End of '92. I used to go out there every spring with my dad. He took me out there, and I went to the last game in Palm Springs. Yeah, and they were moving to Tempe, Arizona.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I've never been out there, but it's supposed to be really nice. But
You drove past it.
I heard it's expensive.
Oh,
It's not cheap to buy a ticket out there. You think it would be at spring training, but they apparently charge a lot of money. So, okay, we're going to go this way. Okay, so this is the clubhouse level. This is where the players come to get ready for the game. That's the Angel Clubhouse, which we cannot go into because of the private property. They load it up at the beginning of the year, and whether they're on the road or here, they have a lot of private stuff they brought. So they don't change anything till the end of the year, and then they move everything out. So we cannot go in there. However, visiting team, clubhouse gets moved out after every road trip. I mean, they go on the road, the Angels, visiting team leaves. The last team that was here was the Pittsburgh Pirates last weekend. So we can go in there today and take a look around. The difference in the clubhouse is its size. Home team clubhouses are always bigger, nicer, it has more stuff in it. It's just a lot different. There's nothing wrong with this clubhouse, it's just not as nice. Major League Baseball says you must provide the visiting team with a minimum standard. So whatever we consider to be minimum standard, we'll give that. Some teams might give a little bit more. This is our minimum standard. And that's what the Angels get when they go on the road. So today they're in Detroit, and they're getting minimum standard. When they come home again, they go to get in their clubhouse. So as tour guides, we say, okay, knowing that that's much nicer, and we've seen the inside of this, it's very nice. That's the Ritz. That's the Montage. That's the 5-star hotel. This is Best Western over here, okay? So, and you know, if you've been to Best Western, it's clean, it's nice, and there's nothing wrong with that. And these are visitors. They're here, they're gone after 3 games. It doesn't matter. These guys are the home guys. Good guys, bad guys, okay? So we just look at it that way. The other thing this area is used for is baseball has another funny rule. That is that you cannot visit one another's clubhouse before a game, or during a game even. You're to go to your own clubhouse. Now after the game, that's different. Guys can get together and they need to decide what their social life's going to be like later after the game, dinner, whatever it is. They can meet here and discuss what they want to do. The problem is a lot of these guys know each other. They're friends from way back, maybe high school, college. They may have even played on the same major league team, but then guys get traded, guys are free agents. They still come back to play ball, so they want to catch up and get together after a game. This is where they get together with friends and family. Okay, manager's press conference room. Some of you may recognize it. You may have seen it on TV. Normally these chairs are out here for the press, for the newspaper people, the people that want to interview the manager. Another baseball rule is after every game, a manager or the team representative has to be available to the press to answer questions. So this used to be a storage room. And years ago when our manager Mike Socha was here, he saw this storage area was big and not getting used a lot. So he asked the Angels, he said, hey, instead of me having to go upstairs to the press conference room or get caught on the elevator coming down here to the clubhouse with the newspaper guys, let's make this into a conference room where we can just do everything in here. So that's what they started doing after Mike arrived, a couple years after he arrived, and they've been doing it ever since. So no matter who our manager is, this is the manager's press conference room. So they do their 20 to 25-minute interview, and then they walk out and right into the clubhouse, and they're done. Okay? The visiting team, they have to talk to them where they talk to them in the club, in the either the locker room or in the manager's office. Pictures on the wall. There's some different pictures on the wall here that are kind of on the wall in here. This was just put up this year by our clubhouse manager. On this wall is kind of the, you see on the far end there, that's a picture of the stadium as being built. That's back in the 60s. And you can see the structure, the way it's being laid out. And you can see on that second picture here, there's the old scoreboard. And they just had erected it. There's the halo at the top that's going to go up here. Nothing out there, is there? No freeway. That's the original team in 1966 that played here after the stadium was built. And here's a picture of an actual game in the late 60s. And you can see that old scoreboard. And at that time, it was state of the art. It was the thing to see. And the problem is it wasn't black, it was only black and white. There's no instant replay. They're just numbers and different things they put on there. And so the balls would burn out. So the 8 would be the 3. You know, it's kind of like, so they knew at some point they're going to, and of course technology has really advanced, the lighting up and down, and then of course the halo at the top would light up. But you can see, again, nothing behind the outfield fence, not a lot of people here.
Wow, we got signed baseballs.
Now you can see there's nothing wrong with the clubhouse. It's just not as elaborate as the other clubhouse because it's the visiting team. But we've been here since 1966, so we've had a lot of great players walk through here. 57 years. Willie Mays, Mickey Mantle, they've all been here. They've all been in the clubhouse. If I'm a visiting player and I come here as a visiting on the visiting team, the bus will drop me off at the end of the tunnel. We're going to walk in there in a minute. I come through the door, and I don't know where they're going to have my stuff. Okay, my manager's already coordinated everything with the clubhouse manager, and so I just look for my name above my locker, and my name will be there with my number, and all my stuff's in there already. All my uniforms that were dirty have already arrived. They've been flown in. They've been cleaned, and they're hung up waiting for me. I'm the ball player. I don't do any of that. Okay. On the bottom part is the socks, my cleats. I can put my personal effects, whatever I have on me in my street clothes up here, get dressed for the game. My luggage is back at the hotel. So I get here about 3 hours before the game. I can eat, I can work out, I can watch TV, I can play cards. I can just get ready for the game. Now, before the game, they have to be down in the field, fully dressed for batting practice and field practice. There's a time. Every manager will write on a whiteboard, fielding time, batting time, game time. And baseball is structured that way. So these guys are always traveling, and whenever they're not traveling, they're at a stadium where then they have to keep to a certain schedule. They do have off days. Off days are called travel days. That's when they literally travel. So they keep moving. 162 game season, spring training, 30-some games, 162 regular season games. You go into the playoffs and go all the way. Another 20, 25 games. A lot of games. And that's a lot of months. But that's what they do. Okay? So as a player, I get ready. I want to go out this way. Let's walk this way. Baseball has on their roster, they've got, of course, all the players. They've got a coaching staff. The coaching staff, this is their locker area. They get dressed in everything in here, not with the players. And then if I'm the manager, I get my own office. I have my own office, I have my own shower area. That's where the manager does his stuff. If I'm injured as a player, The the training room is in here. This is where they go for medical treatment of some kind. It can't be anything real serious. If it's something very serious, they take them to UCI Medical Center, which is right around the corner. And then this is the trainer's office for the visiting team. Other side, the training room looks a lot bigger. They've got some equipment in there they don't have in here. But this is, again, just the basic standard of what they need when they're hurt, or if they need a rub down, whatever they need. There's a couple Whirlpool machines behind the door. And then as a player and you're ready to go down and do fielding or whatever you're going to do, we're going to go this way. And there's a rubber mat on the ground, and they walk on that because of the cleats. Okay? We're going to go out here and make a left.
Thank you. So this is where they walk out to the dugout. Can you imagine being a baseball player? I'm ready to hit a home run. So this is where they rub their cleats. Something like that.
Okay, if I'm visiting on the visiting team bus, the bus drops us off at the end of the tunnel. There's some storage area down there. The players will come through the tunnel and into the clubhouse. On the Angel side, they're above the dugout like we are on this side. They don't come with a team bus. Most of these guys either live around here or they rent a home right in the area. They drive to the ballpark. They have their own private parking area that has security. They park inside that and come into the clubhouse. Okay? We're going to go down the stairs here, so just watch your step, okay? So this is the visiting side, this is the visitor's dugout. We're not going to go in there, we're going to go in the Angel dugout. Both sides have a batting cage, an indoor batting cage. You can't get in here, this is the indoor batting cage. This is for the visiting team. Angel side is bigger, a little bit nicer. The indoor batting cages get used every game. During the game, the batting, working on your swing, whatever with the coach, you got to do it inside because there's a game going on. Before the game, they have pre-game batting practice on the field. The balls that you see in these cages, those are game balls that have been thrown out. Sometimes you'll watch a game and the umpire will throw a ball out, the pitcher will get a ball and he'll throw it right back, give me a new ball. Those balls get used, but only for fielding and hitting. Okay, they never go back into a game. Okay? So if a player wants to really work on something, he can do so. He can either have somebody throw him live pitching, or they can use the pitching machine. But this does get used every game, just like it is on the Angel side. There's another room here we can't go into, but it's for the challenge rule. Anybody heard of the challenge rule for baseball? Every team is allowed a challenge. One challenge at the start of the game. They can use it any time or not use it at all. And there's certain calls that a manager can challenge it. He doesn't agree with the umpire. They don't challenge balls and strikes, but they can challenge like a guy being thrown out at second base. And the manager says, no, I think he's safe, So what he does, there's three phones in the dugout, and the one in the middle says video room. He picks up that phone and he calls downstairs to a coach that's in the challenge room, and they have instant replay that they don't have in the dugout. It's in every stadium, okay? And they get to look at the play again and from different angles, and they make the decision whether the manager should challenge it or not. So if I'm the coach and I tell the manager, yeah, bad call, challenge it, for sure, challenge it. The manager hangs up the phone, he signals to the umpire, we're going to challenge the call, and you see the umpires sometimes put on headphones, and they kind of meander behind home plate and go, what are they doing? they're getting in touch with the Relay Command Center in New York City. That's a team of umpires, and they're looking at all the challenge calls that day from every stadium and every game. That's all they do. They make the decision for everybody else. They relay it to the umpiring crew here, who then relay it to the manager. He's either still out or the runner's safe. Okay? That's the challenge rule. It's been around since 2014. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. You gotta be a little strategic with it. You don't want to come firing out the first inning and challenging something, because if you blow the call and you don't get it, it doesn't get upheld, you lose another chance, and that's it for the rest of the game. So that's the challenge rule. We're going to keep going. We're going to go out the door here. We're going to go through what's called the dugout suites. Yes.
Can I get water?
Yeah.
Can I get a ball?
No. Can't get a ball.
The Angel dugout. Man.
Yeah, there's the video replay phone. There's the bullpen phone. You want to call the bullpen. The bat box over here on my left. You see where the bats go, and the top of
Angel's
that,
dugout.
those cubicles are for hats and gloves and helmets.
The netting movement.
Yeah, the netting's been up there. I started a couple years ago, and they're moving it. When we play high, don't play. Now they're moving it all the way down. Eventually, it's going to hit the golf ball. Because it needs to. It needs to. Yeah. You need to keep protecting fans. Because most fans aren't paying that kind. They don't have a net. They're not paying attention. And the players don't go, look out. And they're like, oh, look at the ball. Well, they measure that. They measure exit velocity, the speed of the ball coming off the bat. A lot of these guys, 110 miles an hour. Oh, one guy from the Yankees last year, the year before, 121. So if you even had him in and you were ready, as soon as that ball hit your glove, it's not going on your backside. You won't be able to hold that ball. So the netting has to happen. We had a lady get killed at Dodger Stadium 2 years ago. I remember it.
That's where the Angels hit, dude. Sitting in the Angels. I wonder who sits over here.
So who's going to win the World Series this year? There's no clear-cut dominant team. Who's going to win the World Series this year?
Who's going to? Oh, that's who knows?
This is so cool.
Probably the Astros again.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it. They're moving close to the Rangers slowly.
Oh.
Break things. Yeah, that's a good rule. Don't go on the grass. Yeah. What they've done is the grass looks pink, but they've mowed it so close and tight. They're going to keep watering it. They're back in about another week and a half. They're going to fertilize it, and by the time it's game day, nice and green, it'll look really good. Cameras here. That big old net right in your face. A lot of people like to take pictures right here. You can see the whole stadium. So if you want to, you don't have to, but just don't go on the grass. But you're welcome to take some pictures here if you want.
Wow, what a picture. Oh, whoa. Oh. You ready to play for the Angels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as the size of it, yeah, they're identical. That's not any better. The color's different. What is this? A little 2020 box here. Yeah, it's a camera. Oh, that thing happened. That used to be a suite, and they blocked it off with some advertising. So I'm not sure what they use that for. Probably for the, like I said, the camera guy can relax down there. Yeah, it's a restaurant in here. And this is restaurant does not include tickets. So this is considered Diamond Club seating, but you got to buy these separate from. That's a buffet. So yeah. And the food's good, but it's.
Man, that was a while ago. Jeez. World Series, I mean.
So this is the World Series display case. You haven't seen this before. So it's kind of the leftovers from the World Series. Some awards, the World Series trophies in there that we won. That's our World Series ring. It's the actual ring, just not the player doesn't have his name or number on it. We did our parade in downtown Disneyland because we were owned by Disney. Gene Autry's white Stetson hat, that's his actual hat. Rowdy Monkeys became popular in '02. They're still around. You guys have any last minute questions
So
about
baseball players trade mid-season, that team wins, they get a ring still?
normally? Yeah. You mean like to another team?
Yeah.
I depends.
So what'd you think of the tour, Bo?
I give it a million out of 10.
I know, me too. I was a little surprised on how good that was. We had a really good person that was showing us around.
Yeah.
I would definitely do this again. Even though we come to the games, the backstage access is a lot cooler. Wow. Rated 1 million?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, this was our stadium tour of Anaheim.
Where you from?
Bruner Valley.
Yeah?
Yeah.